What's up, fish family? Thank you for clicking on this video. Well, it's been a while now that I've been wanting to do one video that will show all my fish tanks and will do an update on all my tanks. So I don't know if this is going to be a long video, but I'm gonna show all the things that I have, and I'll show you guys all the new things, all the updates that are going on. Since right now I'm in the room where I do the editing and where I have all my little equipment, we'll begin and we'll show you guys my first fish tank, so stay tuned. Alright, so as you guys see, that is my first tank, or the first tank we're actually going to do an update on. Just being here at the second floor at my place, I have all my equipment here in this little studio, work area, playroom, toy room, whatever I want to call it. We'll go ahead and show the first tank that we come across with. So just let me show you guys real quick a little setup of the room. I know this is a YouTube fish channel or fish tube channel, but just want to show you guys the space. I've been working on this little room for a little while now. I always change things, but anyhow, this side right here is the twins area, my sons, their playroom. They have their toys, their little superhero toys, their little toys right here, some VHS, some DVDs, all their books, more VHS. Yes, we still watch VHS, and this little pile of toys. And now if we turn to this side, so this is a small room, but I need a space. I need space as well, so, and I want to give them their little play area as well, where me and them could keep all of our mess here. So this is my little work area where I do like the little time cards for my work, or I do editing on for my YouTube channel and things like that. Up there's my favorite Mexican soccer team from Liga MX, Monarcas. The computer, the microphone, and this is my wife's little area, her work area, drawing area. I have my printer there, and here is her little space. She does her little canvas here. That's one of the canvas she was working on, but she is going to do redo it. She didn't like it, and back down there she has more canvas. But anyhow, besides liking fish tanks, I also like plants. So these are some of my plants. I'll probably do a video on them later, but I'm new to keeping houseplants, so I'm not that good at keeping them alive, but I'm trying. But these were actually downstairs. I brought them here to this room since it's more light. The sun hits here for most of the day. Down here I have more plants, and I just bought this cotton candy fern, which I really like it. They had this for like 15 bucks, but the lady actually gave it to me she sold it for me for $5, so I got it. I like it's really fluffy. And here is Aquariums of Peninsula, my old YouTube channel's name. For those that are new or that haven't watched my YouTube channel in a while, I changed my name from Aquariums of Peninsula to Twins Reef. But I kind of like Aquariums of Peninsula, but my wife likes Twins Reef, so we just kept it as Twins Reef. But anyhow, I was getting sad there. Anyhow, so this tank was just, as I'm recording this video, this tank was just set up last night. I just set it up last night, and so it's probably been set up right now for a couple of hours. We could say already 12 hours. But yeah, so this tank was set up last night. I moved it here. Why did I move it upstairs? One, because I had 3 tanks downstairs, and I thought it was just too much for the living room. So I said, let me just take it upstairs, so when I upload videos or do my time cards from work or things like that, I could enjoy this tank. And I actually think it looks good because, one, because I have the plants, and this room in person looks so vibrant. I just like being here. So yeah. And also the computer stuff, I had put it downstairs, but I brought it up 1 week ago, and just yesterday I just added the tank. So just slowly I started bringing all my stuff back upstairs again, because the twins were just having a party in this room and leaving all their mess everywhere, and I have to clean all their stuff all the time. But anyhow, so this is my previously set up reef tank. This is a 24-gallon aqua top all-in-one aquarium. I really like this tank, and yeah, so I have an AI Prime, and I have the stock equipment that came with this tank, except the stock skimmer that it came with. I removed it because there's no need for a skimmer for this type of aquarium. And I still have this houseplant here. It has grown so much. I got this idea from one of my brothers from church. He has, I don't know if he still has it in his tank, but he had this. I got the idea from him. It looked really nice, and it has its purposes too. And just for the mechanical, right here, let's see if I can get through there because of plants. I just have a little pad of, what are they called, floss pads or whatever they're called, and the sponge pad there, the sponge filter, and that's about it. For fish, I do have some rummy nose tetras, as you guys can see. Sorry for the reflection. And I have some rummy nose, I have some cardinals, and I have some neon tetras. I also have a molly down there, or in there, and I have a cory cat, and I have two Siamese algae eaters, and I also have an autosynclus. So I used to have actually 3 mollies. I bought them because I started to grow algae, but I've noticed that they don't even pick at the algae. I haven't seen it eat any algae. I guess I feed it too much, so there's no need for it to eat the algae. But what happened, the other 2 mollies that I had, sadly they died. I think they died because I had just purchased the Thrive capsules for root tabs, and as I dig them up in the sand, the gel capsule actually floated up, and I think that's what killed my mollies. So let me open the door for my sons real quick. Yes, I closed the door on them. Oh, it's my wife as well, and my son. So, and my daughter. Hey, I love you. So, I removed some of the plants here, and I give them some to my nephew. Also, one thing with this tank that I'm thinking of doing right now is actually removing the sand substrate. One, because I think that it's the cause of all the algae problem. And then, they're calling me from my son's school. Okay, so I'm thinking of removing the sand substrate because I think that is one of the causes for the algae problem. And 2, I don't see that much benefit with having sand. It might look good, but the plants are not growing as they're supposed to because there isn't a lot of nutrients, or there's 0 nutrients at all in this aquarium. That's why I'm actually thinking of swapping out the substrate. I was thinking of either getting the Sea-Cam fluoride or getting the Carib Sea, what is it called? Carib Sea Eco Complete. The Fluval Spectrum, I think, is just too expensive for me right now, so I can't do that. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. And honestly, to be honest with you guys, I was thinking of selling this whole setup, but I haven't had any offers from it yet. But I kind of like it here, so I don't think I'm going to sell it anymore. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this aquarium, for this first aquarium. There isn't much, so I'm going to go ahead and walk downstairs, and I'll show you guys the other fish tanks that I have. So thank you guys for watching, and just stay tuned, and we'll show you guys the rest of the aquariums. Alright guys, so it's a couple hours later. Let's just walk downstairs to show you guys the other tanks. As you guys can see, I changed shirts because I was moving some stuff on the tanks downstairs. Hi. I was moving some of the stuff from the tanks downstairs, so I got my shirt wet and I gotta get a new one. Good thing I have. Oh, we almost failed. We're going down the stairs. We almost gotta be careful. You see, don't record while going down the stairs because you might fall. So let's go downstairs and we'll show you guys. I'll show you guys the update on the both tanks downstairs. So let me pick up the other twin. He's there. Okay, you guys have to walk so it can be fair. So we're going downstairs and it's darker here. It's already about probably 8 p.m. right now. As you guys can see, there's already blue light down here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn off the lights here and I'm going to add the filter. I'll show you guys the tanks right now. I put the tanks right now all on blues, but I'll put a filter. As you see there on TV, I was watching right now on YouTube. It's a Spanish Reef channel. Came across, I think it's a guy from Spain. Right now he's in the Philippines snorkeling in the reef. That's pretty cool. Anyhow, so let me put on the filters. I'm gonna pause this video. I'm gonna turn off that little light there. I'll put the orange filter and I'll show you guys these aquariums. Alright guys, so I already put on the orange filter. Let's turn off this light. And let's see, where's the control to this TV? Which I cannot find. So I'm going to, let me shut off this TV. Oh, some corals. Okay, TV's off. Let me turn off that light right there. Oh no, okay, so I think they have their own light upstairs. Anyhow, so here are the two aquariums. As you guys can see at this wall, I already, you could say not sold, but I traded the artwork that was here already. And I got some corals. I got 3 corals actually. I got 2 corals and an anemone, a rose bubble tip anemone. I got a fabia and I got a worldwide coral mushroom. I'll show you guys in a bit. So, to the left, that was my wife's tank setup. To the right, that's my setup. As you guys see, I'm gonna tell you guys everything that's what's been going on, but I just want to let you guys know the artwork was traded. Someone was actually interested in buying this one. So let's start with my wife's tanks to the left, and I'll let you guys know what's going on right there. Alright guys, so this is my wife's tank. It's still her tank, but to be honest, we're just thinking of, or I'm thinking she's a little bit upset of downsizing. Alright, what's up guys? So this was my wife's tank here to the left. Alright, what's up guys? So this was my wife's tank. As you guys can see, there is no more rock. Just today, as I am doing this video, I received some frag rags that I ordered online. They're black frag rags. I could have used the white ones that I have here at home, but I've noticed those like leach some type of phosphate, and it creates this algae problem. But so what happened here? Let's first go with the equipment that I have right now. We have the Kessel AP700, and we still have the Innovator Marine Ghost Skimmer. We still use that floss filter pads in the back, and we still have that that heater, and that's about it. And the standard return pump. That's pretty much it. I did buy a wake maker for this tank, but since we're pretty much shutting down this system here, I'm not going to add it to this system right now. Like I said, so let's now go what's inside. So I added my yellow tank here because she was going through an algae problem, so I added the yellow tank, and it started to eat all the algae, so there's no algae at all anymore. I bought a bunch of snails and hermit crabs, and the Wyoming whites that I gave to her are here in this tank. So that's pretty much it for the livestock, besides the sand shifting starfish. So let me go back again. So as you guys see, there's no more rock or live rock. Why? Because as I said, we're shutting down this tank. I transferred all that rock to my my tank, and some of the corals that I had in my tank, I transferred them here. Why? Because honestly, I am thinking of downsize the gallons on the system. These are 30-gallon tanks, but I'm thinking of getting another aqua top tank, 24-gallon, or just getting a Red Sea Max Nano aquarium. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking, but first I want to rehome all the livestock, corals, fish, so all the equipment, tanks, everything before I do another move. My wife is a little bit upset because she wants to keep both of the tanks, and she likes the coral, she likes the fish, everything, but that is something I need to think about because there's a lot of money invested in these two systems. One thing that was disappointed for us in this tank was when we first set up this aquarium, we had the choice between grabbing the Carib Sea aragonite sand or getting the Nature's Oceans sand, pink sand. Both of them, I think this was Samoan pink in this tank, the other one was Fiji pink, but the grain signs on this sand is more finer, and it's really messy. The tank gets really cloudy if you just move it just a little bit. So I do not recommend using Nature's Oceans Samoa pink sand. They probably have bigger grain signs for the sand, but this is the fine one. I think it was number 001, something like that. But we're disappointed. At first it looked nice. You could see the little pink sand. And then the Fiji pink from Carib Sea, you couldn't even see it at all. But I honestly prefer the other sand than over this one. That's one of the reasons too. If anything, what would happen to this tank if we don't sell it and don't sell the corals? What will probably happen will be that we'll just remove the sand, switch the sand, and add the Carib Sea, and we'll just have to get new dry rock to start this system all over again. But we'll see. Something I need to think about. But anyhow, so let's go on and continue with the update on this aquarium. So I'll show you guys all the corals that I have in this system, and I'll show you guys the egg crates, and we'll go on from there. Alright guys, so hopefully you guys are able to see some color. I know it is hard to record under the blue lights, but let's give it a try. So this is the right side of the tank. As you guys can see, let me back up a little bit. This is the right side of the aquarium, and we have these black frag rags from Innovator Marine, stackable. This is actually the frag rag from my 6-gallon frag tank. About that tank, I shut it off because the light there wasn't that powerful, and corals were not doing well there. They were just dying, so that wasn't working for me. So pretty much on the right side of this tank right now, what I have are all my psoas here. I do have some soas that are the same that I had fragged for my wife's tank, but pretty much I'm going to rehome those. And to be honest, all the frag soas that are here, they came from my tank, so there's no soas there anymore. As you guys see, I have a green Ghani. Later on in this clip of this aquarium, on my wife's aquarium, I'm gonna give you guys a top view, so that way you guys are able to see more of the color of the soas. So some of the soas that I have here that I could remember are the scrambled eggs. I have the Rastas. I have the sweet tooth. I have the blue hornet. I have Gatorades. I have the Otter Chaos, pink zippers. I have a bunch, but something that we noticed with my wife was that the soas are doing way better in this tank under these lights than they were doing with the AI Prime. I don't know if it's because of the lights or why weren't they doing so well. So let's move to the middle rack here. This is top here. I have some green Digis. I have the Monty. I have the green candy cane, and I have the green Dunkin here. We also have a GSP there that we wanted to cover that rock. And then right here we have a Fabia that I got for her, and then more on top over there, that's a spicy lemon Fabia. That's one of the corals that we got for one of the canvas artworks that she traded for. And we have the green, the Hollywood Stunner Green, and we have also the Pink Eye Hurricane Chalice. That's pretty much it on top on this little frack right here. Now to the left we have some clovers, and we have a red mushroom, and then we have this type of Yuma mushroom. We have a Kenya tree that she also got for the canvas, and we have a what is it called? We have a toadstool, and back there we have a mushroom that I have bought for her. I bought her a rock of mushrooms, but they all died sadly. I don't know if because they were wild or because of the light, but they didn't do good in this aquarium. Now that big mushroom that you can see here, that's what the guy said that it was a worldwide coral. What was it? I forgot the name, but we looked it up, and supposedly it's worth about $200 to $300. So we'll see. I'll ask the reef community here locally, give me their opinions. But pretty much it. This is the little, you could call it a little frag tank. So we'll see how everything goes. I'm gonna give everything that's in here a week, and if everything is doing better than how they were doing in the other tank, then we'll probably just keep some of the corals here, frag them, and whatever I have double, I could add it in the other tank. So let me shut off the flow on this tank so I could give you guys a top view of everything. Alright, so this is the top view of this aquarium. Sadly, you cannot see the colors like I thought you would. It's probably because of the light. Probably if I turn down the light a little bit more, you guys will be able to see. But this is pretty much it. Let me see. I don't want to put the camera that down because I don't want it to get wet. But this is the top view. You guys can see the Ghanis, the Fabias, the Duncan, the green, the orange Digi, the Monty, the candy cane, GSP, the chalices. That's the one spicy. That's that one spicy lemon Fabia that she got. And then I think it got wet. And then here are the mushrooms. Most of the softies are in the left side, as you guys can see. So this is the top view. So it's pretty much it for this tank update, and let's go to the tank next to it. Alright guys, so this is my 30-gallon long integrated marine setup. As you guys can see, or I don't know if you guys can tell, but I changed the aquascape, like I said previously. I transferred the rocks that were in my wife's tank to this aquarium. Some corals are open, some corals are not. Why? Because I did everything today. So added the frag rags in my wife's tank. I put the rocks in this aquarium, and I was moving the corals around, and some corals are not liking it, so they should be open by tomorrow. But I could see the difference that I did on the aquascape. I like it, and sadly I don't know why the filter shows the tank this color, but it's really colorful, this aquarium. As yes, like I told you guys, I removed all the soas while I was doing the aquascape and rockscape and put them on my wife's tank. I'm probably gonna give them a week over there, and we'll see how everything goes. And yeah, pretty much here in this aquarium, what I have are some LPS and mushrooms, the green star polyps, chalice, and when we went to Corals Farmers Market, I did get my wife a rainbow anemone, but she also got a rosa anemone for one of the canvas that she traded it for. Let's go with the equipment on this tank. So equipment, I have 2 AI primes. Right now I have just 1 heater and the filter floss in the back, pretty much it. Also on both tanks I am running Chemi Pure Blue, and I do have a Jabo Waymaker in this aquarium. I have no skimmer. I'm using the skimmer right now for the frag tank. And what else? And that's pretty much it for livestock. Let's go with the fish. I have my black snowflake clownfish. I have a 6-line wrasse, and I have a yellowtail blenny, and I do have a dragonet goby, which I heard it's not actually a goby. So why I got a goby again is because there is a lot of amphipods and cocopods. When I went to Corals Farmer Market, I actually found out the difference between amphipods. They're actually wild and they're a little bit bigger. So are the cocopods, but they are much smaller. And the cocopods, you get them from vendors, and amphipods, they usually come as hitchhikers on Life Rock or Chato, and that's how I got amphipods in my aquarium. But I did get the mandarin to control the amphipod and cocopod population. Why? Because I found out that it could actually disturb and kill some of your psoas. I heard they eat the slime, so I got another mandarin. Now let's go with the corals, and let me pick up the camera and I'll show you guys and tell you guys what's been going on with this aquarium, because there has been a lot of changes. So let's go ahead and alright guys, so let's start with the left side of this tank. So I found out why it was looking kind of red with the filter. Well, the red LED was actually turned on at 4%, and I just noticed that. But before we start with the coral, let me see if I can make this frame a little bit more bright. Alright, so I don't think I can. Alright, so I think that's as bright as I could go. So let's start with the left side of the tank. So here what I have is a rainbow enchinada akin, and it has grown so much. I know sadly the camera can't pick up its color, but it's sort of like a lime green with dark blue. But this thing is a killer, and I'll tell you guys why. And I don't mean by looks, but I'll tell you guys why. Now here I have I think this is a Skittle torch. It already has 2 heads. When I got it, it had 1 head, and I've had this for more than half a year. Now here on top I have a the pink eye hurricane chalice, Miami chalice, sorry. Then I have this type of SPS that I got at the the Coral Farmer Market, sorry. And here on top I have a rose bubble tip anemone, and to the left and to the right I have a rainbow anemone. Now let's move on here. On top right there, I have a octo spawn. Reason why it's looking so crappy, it's not dying. What happened is I moved it from the spot and I was redoing the rockscape and it got mad, so that's how it's looking. And down here I have to the left my frog spawn and to the right my hammer. Both of them already have about 2 heads. Now let's go more down here. I have a green Garnipora, and then to the right here I have my Deadpool wild mushroom, which hasn't been doing well since I won it in a raffle at a frag swap. But I actually seen how these look at the Corals Farmer Market, and these are beautiful. These are also jawbreakers, and they're beautiful. And down here is a mushroom that's pretty much dead. Next to it, dead. These were the mushrooms that I bought for my wife. I paid about $40 for a rock covered with Yuma mushrooms, and they died. So I don't know, because they were wild and or they didn't acclimate right, but they died, sadly. Oh wait, before I forget, talking about the torch, I had also one from an auction, a green multi-toxic torch, 2 hits. It died. Why? I think probably because I overfed it or it didn't acclimate right. But I found out that it's actually wild, and a lot of people were saying that wild corals, if they don't acclimate correctly, they could die. And they say that it's a possibility for wild corals, 60 to 70% of them not surviving in your tank. So if you get corals, always ask if they're wild or if they're what are they called when they're not wild? I forgot, but just make sure they're not wild. Anyhow, now to the right, there's nothing there on top. These are my red to orange mushroom. These are really beautiful and fluffy and thick. They're not really open right now. Like I said, I did a aquascape, and none of the corals are doing good right now. They're really a bit upset. But I really like this mushroom. I started with one small head, and it has multiplied a lot. The big one there, that is the mother, the first mushroom that I have. And yeah, pretty much it. So here on top I have another chalice, which I forgot the name. My wife knew it, but it is sort of like an Echinata akin, sort of, but it's a chalice, so that's pretty weird. Here I have 2 Akins. As you guys knew before, I had 3. I paid probably like $110 for 3 Akins. That's really crazy. Paid $35 for each. That's sad. And I have 2 left, and to the one to the left, that was my biggest one. What happened there to the left, the killer, the rainbow Echinata, was next to it. I thought that Echinata Akins and regular Akins would do fine together, but I guess not. The Echinata stung did. After when I found out that they were next to each other, I separated them, and this Akin was doing well. It didn't look harmed. It did had some slime, I guess some poison or toxin from the rainbow Echinata, but as days went on, it started stripping and dying. So these are the heads that are left, and they'll be fine. It just looks pretty ugly right now, but it will grow back. And then my other Akin here is doing pretty awesome. It has grown a lot. And then the third Akin also, when I found out that this one got stung by the Echinata Akin, I noticed and I confirmed it that the other Akin also got stung. First, it actually got stung by the Pink Eye Miami Chalice, because I seen this one that fell off the rock and landed on top of my Akin, pulled it off, and it burned some of the colony on top. But it still survived, and it started to grow, and that was one of my most colorful Akins. And it got back up and started growing. Then it died because that Echinata was also touching it. And when I woke up in the morning, I noticed, and it was pretty much dead. So I had to pull it off. And right here, my green star polyps. They're close. Like I said, I just did a aquascape not that long ago. And that's pretty much it for corals. Like I said, all the soils that were here were transferred to the frag tank to the left. But let me give you guys a top view of this aquarium. I also have another mushroom, which when we did the rescape, I don't know where my wife left it, so she probably forgot about it, and it's somewhere because it's not on a frag plug. But that's pretty much it. Oh, I forgot. There on top I have a hurricane chalice, a green hurricane chalice. But let me show you guys a top view of this aquarium. I really like the rockscape of this tank, but let me give you guys a quick top view of this aquarium. So let me shut off the pumps and I'll show you guys. Alright, as you guys can see, this is the top view of this tank. Like I said, I have the chalice there, the enchilada there, the torch there, that one green SPS thing, and I have the two anemones, bubble tip anemones there. These are small anemones. Man, this filter, this video doesn't give it justice at all. Let me shut off the other pump real quick. Okay, should be off already. Like I said, this video, this filter doesn't give justice how colorful this aquarium or the corals anemones are. That is right there a rainbow bubble tip anemone, and it's really beautiful right now. They are both small. The little one, the rainbow, we got it from the Corals Farmer Market. I paid 50 bucks for it. The rose bubble tip, we traded that for one of my wife's canvas. Oh, can't see it. Anyhow, okay, so right here, like I said, I have my frog spawn, my hammer, my octo spawn. I have the green gonny there. My mushrooms right there underneath. I have my chalice there, the other chalice over there, the Akins down here, and the GSP. Pretty much it. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys like this update, and hopefully everything goes well. Like I said, I haven't made my mind, but hopefully I'll make my mind soon, because I don't like thinking too much on what I'm going to do with these aquariums. So what do you guys think? Should I sell them? Should I downgrade? Or should I just keep them? Let me know. Should I keep the frag tank here, this frag tank setup, grow some corals, sell them, make money? That way I don't rehome these tanks. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new to this channel, you just came across this video, if you like what you see, you're welcome to hit the subscribe button, comment anything down below if you have any opinions. If you do subscribe, or you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell so you won't miss when I do an update on these aquariums that I have here. But before we end, or actually, you know what, I'll leave that for another video, because I'm going to tell you guys everything, and I mean everything, on what might be going on with this YouTube channel and with all the aquariums. Again, thank you guys for watching. Till then, happy reefing, happy fish keeping. Shout out to all the freshwater people, saltwater people, planet tanks, reef tanks, and cichlid tanks, everything. I'm out. Thanks for watching.